May your choices reflect your hopes and not your fears. Hey there, how's it going, you guys? Thanks for joining me for another episode of Bitcoin and Coffee. I'll be your host, Eugene Forrest. So, what are we looking at today with these crazy cryptocurrency markets? A little bit of green, right? We came down to $5,000. People were worried. Tone-based still talking about whether or not we're going to be heading down to 1,300. Technical analysis is always all over the place, right? But what I'm getting from the market is that, of course, winter's over. We're heading towards spring. The price, it can't be suppressed anymore. A lot of good things coming down the pipeline. A little bit of news all over the place. I think just the community is pretty well knit, and the exuberance that we're all starting to feel and express, and the number of people we're starting to onboard in the institutional stuff, it's getting to be a little overwhelming to be able to keep suppressing this price of Bitcoin down there around that 3,400, 300, 200 area. So are we going to see 6,000, right? That's the next big question. Are we going to get back up there to $6,000? If we do, will we see a little sideways action? Will we go into 10 before you know it, right? You never know with Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. That's why this stuff is so entertaining and amazing. That's why we talk about no coiners, right? People that just sit on the sidelines, talk trash, don't even hold any Bitcoin, and they're still entertained by the situation that we have going on here with this emerging technology that is striving to become currency. You know who's here fighting the good fight? Is my co-host, Samantha.
Good evening, everyone.
So how are you this evening, Samantha?
I'm good. I'm off.
You're off?
Yes.
Like off kilter?
No, off work. Off working for the man. I have 48 hours of freedom.
Free for the weekend. I thought you were talking about you being psychologically off.
Well, anybody who watches the show should know that. I mean, come on.
So what do you think about the fact that we came back down to 5, heading back upwards with the price of Bitcoin? I mean, are you expecting a $6,000 Bitcoin before you know it? Do you think that this is going to be like a boom bang situation where it's going to be 6,000, 10,000, 15,000? Or do you think that this is going to be some slow, steady growth across the year? I mean, right, because we're getting into it. And that's now what I guess the next big thing is I got to buy a bunch of Bitcoin right now? Do I go mortgage the house and start buying them right now because it's going to be doubling and tripling before we know it? And this is the last, time before the train leaves the station? Or are we looking at, all right, this is the time to start, dollar cost averaging, picking a little bit up, back to that buy the dip situation, right? We heard that so much before we wanted to slap the person saying it.
It's so kitschy. I mean, I would like to say that we're not going to do what we did and literally skyrocket that fast. I mean, because that is unsettling. I mean, people do start having strong emotions and fears that happen when you start thinking, if I had just put the money I thought I was putting in 2 weeks ago, I'd be like a millionaire now. So, no. I mean, I hope it doesn't go down. I would like to say that it just gradually continues. I mean, at some point, yes, it'll be harder to have one Bitcoin,
But now, on the other front, as I'm going to continue to ramble along here, this is a revolution, right? So don't we want a little shock and awe, as they put it? Like, don't we want the price to boom up there to be able to draw more people in, come back down a little bit, show them the stable money, show them that we are trusted, decentralized?
I mean, that's the fast and easy way. Yes, Eugene.
All right. I guess that's a little too much for you, Samantha. Would you mind pulling up the Coin Paprika so we can go ahead and take a look at these gains and losses today as we continue to look at the cryptocurrency markets and gamble on our futures, right?
It is not gambling. All right. Coin Paprika is up.
Well, I mean, they say the number one dApps out there are gambling, so...
Okay, I believe that.
All right. Look at this. BTC dominance, almost 52%. Absolutely amazing. Ecstatic about that. We got the market cap up 0.71% at $172 billion. fan-freaking-tastic. We got Bitcoin coming in at $5,102. Nice to see it on the other side of that $100 line. It has been some slow, steady growth across the day from the $5,000 line, and we are up 0.71, still looking at a 1.28% gain on the overall week. We got Ethereum coming in at $165, not slipping backwards all that much at a 0.13 loss. Sideways pretty much on the week action. XRP, 32.6 cents, down 0.89, 10% loss overall on the week, as they took their gains later in the week when we had seen Bitcoin.
Yeah.
All right, we got EOS at $5.40 with a 1.11% gain, holding 1.24% gain on the overall week. We got Bitcoin Cash, $283.99. That's up 3.8% with a 3% loss on the overall week. Litecoin, $79, not bad. Slipping backwards, only 0.12, down 10% on the overall week because we've seen it almost kiss that $100. BNB token, I mean, wow. You can't beat this with a stick. Looking at what was the airdrop, the BitTorrent airdrop.
Oh, yeah.
Happening yesterday, so causing a spike up in the price because they were taking a snapshot of it in the wee hours of the morning.
Wee hours of like Chinese morning or
our morning.
Oh, okay.
$18.23. That's up 4.43, down 5.9% on the overall week. Tether at $1, and Stellar Luma's at 11.4 cents, down almost a full percent, down 10.54 on the week. Let's slip down here a little bit and see what we got going on at Steam. 42 cents. Oh, just switched places. 51, 42 cents, down 0.19, down 18.73 in the overall week. Actually, I got some gripes about Steam. Once again, apparently they were posting for me with share to Steam.
Yes, and then that messed up. Yes, and stopped automatically doing it.
And I didn't jump right on it right away because Steam really doesn't pay much like it used to, so it kind of had slipped through the cracks a bit on things I do. Even though
your drug wars, you were like, oh, I should try to, because how do you buy the guys and the drugs and the alcohol and the houses or the crack dens or whatever it is? So yeah.
So I went to try to post some of our last videos to Steam, and lo and behold, they've changed the system around. You have to hold Steam. It costs Steam, and this is their way of trying to eliminate bots. I started trying to dig into it, but I was just fairly upset at the fact that I never closed my account down. I still had like 7 or 8 Steam in it at the time, and I still was unable to make a post.
Yeah, so like what was your minimum? Yeah.
And I've also noticed now, while continuing to play Drug Wars, that if I try to make too many transactions of claiming, free time credit stuff like soldiers or whatever,
you're upgrading
they'll tell me every now and again that I don't have enough RCNs, I think it is. And then there's some big, huge, long string of numbers. Not quite sure what that is, but slightly disappointed in the situation.
I mean, I don't know. Steam had a good idea. Like, they did. He did. He dropped it off into the world. The problem is that
the people botted it.
Yeah, at first it was whales. Then it was bots. Now went the way of service fees. If you would like to post your article about feeding the children in Thailand, well, you need 10 Steam. Or whatever it is, really.
Tribe does something similar to like that, but you can they charge you 50 Tribe tokens to post, but then you can go ahead and upvote in your own post, and you give yourself more tokens than what it took to post.
I do still like Tribe, I don't know, it tells you, it's all no, it's not quite right. Go back and make your stuff longer.
Yeah, but that's still frustrating that they don't give you enough details. All right. As we do every single episode, we're trying to raise money, you guys. We're trying to get out there and pass out Bitcoin flyers. We're trying to make it part of our routine here at Bitcoin and Coffee. We're trying to make it once every 3 months. That would be 4 events a year, right? This one's falling through the cracks a little bit, though. I mean, tough to say, but we got 39 days left. You people that have been donating through the Tally Fund, and that is fantastic. We've gotten some super chats, and that has been great. We're afraid that the super chat payout that comes in next would be on the 21st of May.
It'd be
Really close. And as you can see, we still need quite a bit of funding. Our good friend Paul Rouleau has donated through Bankroll, and that has been helping out a little bit.
Vention gave us,
as you can see, there's $10 in there.
Yep. I mean, we will take anything, and however, Eugene will convert it and take down the amount on the tally.
Yeah, on the tally fund. So any way that you would like to donate to be able to help the cause of us being able to get out there and pass out these Bitcoin flyers with embedded QR codes at these electric music events would be greatly appreciated. I mean, without you guys helping, we wouldn't have been able to do the last two events. And this is going well, right? Let's not stop while we're in motion. We've learned quite a bit, and this time we'd like to make the flyers a little different. So of course we're reaching out for help on that. But if we don't see anything over this weekend, I was planning on making up a couple different mock ones. So please follow me on Twitter. Look to my Twitter. I'll probably try to run a poll for like a week or something or two, because I don't see a lot of action on the Twitter. Yeah. So I really would like some people to vote and give me your opinion.
I mean, if it gets down there, I mean, we have a handful of old ones. I mean, a handful, and we could get a medium-sized packet of new ones. It's just, we do need your help. We want more ideas, more anything. Because I mean,
more contributing, right?
Because, like, I mean, Eugene did that, and I was like, oh, that's awesome. And it's like, but me and him are very alike, and I mean, we want more. Because yes, my college friend Storyness. I mean, it was awesome. It was very awesome that we were in the pile. Like, I was highly surprised we were in the pile. However, he did nothing with it.
Right. It's like we had a good ideal and like we got it to the goal line, but it just didn't.
It wasn't
it didn't get
catchy enough.
Over the
it
goal.
Wasn't. Yes.
Right. Apparently, we do need to put some more actual words onto it.
Something to, because yes,
I'm thinking about maybe downgrading to just 1 or 2 QR codes embedded in it. But I'm debating on what to actually make these QR codes that are embedded in it.
That's true. That is true.
Right, because I mean,
this is why we need your help.
Yeah. All right. So, but you guys aren't here for that. You guys are here for what, Samantha? Our conversation,
and our
chat.
News.
Of course, you guys pound that like button. Like I'm always saying, we're a fringe channel. YouTube doesn't sponsor us out. Bull market's coming. We're hyped. We're ready to go. We got a free email help desk service that we provide at eugeneforce20@gmail.com. We also have a Twitter account that we post our stuff to. You can also communicate with me through the Twitter, and I'll go ahead and help you and provide email help, or cryptocurrency help desk services through the Twitter. Besides that, there's a bunch of other social medias that we're posting to. I'm going to have to take down that Steam link because I haven't posted there in 28 days. I don't know what I'm going to do about the situation. This just occurred a little while ago, so I'm going to have to keep mulling this one over. Of course, think before you act. Right.
Yes, and I mean, our son has a Steam account, but like he never really did anything with it. So I mean, he has like nothing, which doesn't help the cause of having to pay to post.
You need these Steam accounts though to play these games.
That's true.
And it seems like
and
the
he
Steam
did seem
games
very
are going
interested
well.
in your drug wars. Remember, he was saying, "What is it? And how do you?" Oh.
I think it's because I keep playing it so much.
Yeah, and I mean, he was all like, "Oh, so you got like 100 more hitmen? Oh, that's cool." It's like, yes. Every little boy's dream.
Is there anybody on the chat today, Samantha? I could be doing that thing where I'm out in the woods ranting and raving like a lunatic about this magical internet money and how we're going to take over the world, and there's this fight that's happening behind the scenes.
There is a few, so we are not crazy alone.
Thank you guys for joining me and not making me feel like the crazy person out in the woods.
Paul Rouleau gave us a $5 super chat.
Paul Rouleau, my man, I appreciate it. I finally figured out the bankroll thing and what was happening.
It was so a wah moment.
Apparently, you have to deposit 10 Tron into it to actually make it active. And I had the 10 Tron, but the fees had made it less, so I'd only put 9 in. I was 1 Tron away from my thing actually paying, and I was wondering why it wasn't working right. And then I went and deposited a couple more, and it started working, and I was like,
I told you, it's a wah moment. Yes. I was at work, and he was like, so I'm retarded. I was like, oh, that's cool. All right, Josh, does Steam really fallen off with D Live moving as well?
I know. Everybody I hear is talking about Cutie Pie and how he's moving over to D Live.
Oh my God.
Moving over to
I
D
know who
Live.
Cutie Pie is thanks to our child.
I mean, it's definitely going to get a lot of hype going over there. I don't post to D Live, and when they moved away from Steam, I stopped, participating or trying to figure anything out over there. But I was posting to D Live, a couple episodes at least.
Yeah, because that was the other one.
That's when I was trying to do the second episode a day.
Yes, of the opinions.
Of my personal opinions.
Yes. RJ is here. He says, I think Bitcoin will be at least 100,000 by 2022. Keep up the great work and keep spreading the word.
Thank you, my friend. Of
course. He
course.
also gave us a super chat. Okay, but it's CA. So what currency is that? Crap. I've seen it on other people's chats. And they've said it. Okay, CA-ness of $20 or $20.99.
Awesome.
You are awesome. Thank you.
That is going to help That's going to help get us right along, right?
Like everything. I mean,
every little bit helps. I try to do the best I can to keep that tally fund.
You're a very good budgeter. Yes, he's a very good hoarder and miser and budgeter. I mean. You really can set some rules.
I don't have a link up for it too, but the option is still out there. Nobody has taken up the option of going ahead and collecting the $10 free.
Oh yes, and get
the Coinbase via the Stellar
little
Luma
buddy affiliation thingy.
Little links that they have in the classes with the video tutorial. If you follow Samantha's link and anyone does that, she'll get her $10. You'll get your $10, and I'll go ahead and take that off the tally fund because that's money too, right? So anything I can do to help further along the cause. I'm going to go ahead and do it. I also went ahead and ordered that shirt I was talking about the last episode.
Oh, right Canadian is what CA is. Cool, Canadian. Ooh. Hey, see, that's not even funky. That's why I was like, it's really familiar. Like, yes, awesome. Okay, continue.
All right.
Oh, no, your shirt. Yes, it's an awesome shirt.
Yes, it's Bitcoin Revolution. I mean, once I seen it, I was like, this is very the theme of the show, that Bitcoin is the revolution. And, it's fun to talk about all the other cryptocurrencies and the crazy shenanigans that happen here and the high school drama that unravels and unfolds every single day before our eyes, and the badly written Cointelegraph articles that we are all stuck to the minute we wake up to for some reason.
I love how there's like feuds. It's very soap opera-y. It's
I got one today to talk about too with a huddle knot. But where was I going with all this? You confused me, Samantha.
Oh no. That's what happens when you interrupt. Okay. How you were saying that, oh God, now I forgot.
All right. Well, we got Huddle Knot out there being sued or wants to be sued or gonna be sued by Craig Wright if he can ever find him. He's putting up a bounty. You guys have already heard all this because we're the last guy out here today, right? But of course, it's about the conversation, right? What are you guys thinking about this? Are you guys participating? Did you guys go change your Twitter handle? When I first came across it, I thought about participating and changing my Twitter handle because I thought the lightning torch was cool. I mean, the man really deserves some credit. It brought some awareness to the Lightning Network. I mean, we're still looking at it going strong. So, I mean, yeah, I'd like to help him hide in the crowd a little bit. I don't think that anything should happen. I mean, we all know that Craig Wright is not Satoshi.
I mean, really, everybody should be sued then. I mean, I think we have said that he is not Satoshi. I mean, really, it is pretty blatantly obvious. So it's like, oh, you're suing him. Why? Because you would like to make, a point out of it. If you want to
look into this more, you can go ahead and search hashtag We Are All HODLNOT on Twitter, and you'll find a bunch of stuff going on. We're also looking at a HODLNOT conference now out of the situation in Montreal, Canada. So Canadians, the Canadians are real. I mean, everything we keep hearing about, I mean, Canada is definitely seeming very pro cryptocurrency. They're definitely seeming very pro Bitcoin, right? And that's always a big plus, to be going the way of Bitcoin and not necessarily the way of all the altcoins. But what are we looking at? May 30th. That would be
a little bit over a month, like 5 weeks.
I mean, the concert is on the 25th, and that's 40 days away. So we're looking at a little over 40 days. So that I guess they're looking for some help to pull that one off. They're kind of coming up with this one on spur of the moment. And we're also looking at CZ talking about delisting Satoshi's Vision if they don't knock the crap off.
Josh says, "Go HODLNOT. I hope Binance delists BSF. V. Oh. See, I mean,
yes, it's one of those goods and bad situations, but I mean, we all know they're centralized. We all know that CZ's, in charge over there. So yeah, I mean, let him throw his weight around. I mean, let him go ahead and delist this coin. But once again, it's just another reason why we want to remember that we want to move towards decentralized exchanges, because in the future, you don't want anyone to have the ability to just, oh, your currency is no good because we don't like one member of your party.
It's like Bitcoin Cash is like Telemundo. It's just very over the top.
Over the top.
Yes, like unnecessarily over the top. But hey, whatever. Okay. Oh, Bitcoin Jake is here. He says, "Oh, what's up?"
Thanks for joining, man. I haven't seen you in a minute. I'm really glad that you're here, buddy. So news, right?
Yeah, why not?
All right, we got.
Considering we have like 7 minutes, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Trying to keep it in that 30-minute window, guys. But what are we talking about? Coinbase, the Shift card, right? They shut those down yesterday, right? That was the last day for the Shift card. We used the Shift card on Samantha's account. That's how we used to cash out some of the Bitcoin to be able to pay for the concert tickets, especially the flyers. That's how we paid for the flyers for sure. The last 2 times.
Yep, and now, yeah.
But that's fine. There's other ways to be able to go about this. But the point is that Coinbase is pairing up with Visa directly instead of having another third party getting in the middle. Coinbase is going to cut the third party out, pair with Visa directly, and I mean, concrete themselves a little more as a bank is what I would be saying. I mean, if they're issuing your credit card, debit card, right? If they're issuing you your debit card where you're turning crypto into fiat for the merchants and you're paying and hosting all of your cryptocurrency with them, I mean, they're the cryptocurrency bank, right? I mean, that's what the conversation has been about. We're going to see this, right? People want this. Institutions want this stuff. Definitely the ideal of being responsible and having to hold your own currency and not getting hacked.
I mean, like, Coinbase is like the equivalency of Google. It's the man's buddy. So, I mean, yes, of course, Visa makes sense. I mean, really.
Well, it's only going to be out in the UK. So even though our Shift cards are shut down, we don't have a Visa option now. We're going to have to go somewhere else.
Not at the moment.
So, I mean, is it bothering you guys? Do you guys even care that you don't have a Shift card anymore and that the Visa option is only available in the UK and not here in the US, considering that, I mean, we're some of the biggest investors here in the US. Even though here in the US, leading into the next story, we're watching New York with the BIT license shutting everybody down, right? I think only 12 companies have a BIT license.
Yes. And it's getting smaller by the minute.
Booting Bittrex out. I like Bittrex.
I do too.
I mean, I think that they're one of the better exchanges. I also like the fact that, I mean, because I was doing so much with Steam back in the day that they hosted Steam and the Steam back dollar, which they don't have everywhere.
I mean, yes, because that, and it was, what was the other one? It wasn't my doggies, was it? No. It was some other one that we went to Bittrex because it was like the only one that was normal and not some funky third party. Yes.
I was looking for a place to purchase and hold some Monocoin for a little while. That wasn't an Asian exchange because I don't like hitting translate and every time I'm looking at the exchange.
Yeah, and then it's like, do I really trust Google to translate? I hope this is correct. Like,
So why did they do this? Well, they're talking about they went and investigated, the KYC, the Know Your Customer, and the AML, the anti-money laundering laws. They went ahead and did some investigating. There was a handful, about a dozen joke names, like McLovin kind of stuff.
Yes, a dozen out of okay.
I mean, if they want to be that strict, they should start trying to regulate the banks in New York a little more.
How do they know for sure that wasn't their legal name that they changed to be a jackass? Like,
yeah, it's a possibility.
It is. Sadly, it is a possibility.
Especially with the cryptocurrency crowd, I could see a couple people.
Just saying. You never know. I don't know. It's really kind of sucky that New York is supposed to be, I mean, kind of like, a pivotal city of our nation. And
that
it's
it's one of the
super,
leaders of
super
financing.
communisty. Like,
that it's a leader of finance and industry, and that yet, the emerging market of cryptocurrency is pretty much, they got a big roadblock, and that you got to turn on either your VPN and feel like you're doing something illegal, or you have to go and move out of the state of New York. I know my friend Paul Rouleau there, man. I know you're in New York, and I know that you talk about running into these kinds of problems. I mean, Coinbase Pro, I mean, half the coins aren't listed there. You can't do this, right? That's the point in this, is that in the future, everybody needs to be equal. Everyone needs to have equal opportunity and access to all of these financial tools, regardless of whether or not they're a scam or you don't believe in it. It's that if you're going to go out and make the mistakes, you have to have the option and ability to be able to go out and make the mistakes, because who's to say what's going to be the next future of crypto? What's going to take off?
it's just, they seem very closed-minded. And it's like, really, I mean, I don't know. And it is supposed to be groundbreaking stuff. And it's like, really? Because you won't even give this a chance, like, at all. But the dude making, a graffiti of, like, with ketchup and mustard, oh, we give him a chance because, that's artistic. Okay, so Bitcoin Jake says, they started the new Visa card in the UK and the EU already. Coinbase equals Coinbank. He said he cut up his card already and posted it on his new Twitter. And that he loves paychecks. And Paul Rouleau says, yes, New York has the worst government money can buy. I mean, seriously. I really don't know why. They are ridiculous. It is.
I mean, I'm originally from New York. I'm from upstate New York.
Would you like to go back and live there now?
I know. Now, with the way it is, I'm glad that I only go back and visit occasionally around the Christmas time. But yeah, it would be rough. I mean, I think that being here in Florida, they're pretty liberal on what we kind of can't do as far as all of that. I still think it sucks that we can't participate in some of the, not that I want to, but some of the ICOs and the things that are shut down just because we're in the U.S.
Yes, you would have to lie. Fair. Yeah.
So adding additional restraints on you by being in New York,
by being state to state of our, yes, right.
But I mean, that's part of living in the United States, is 50 little different countries kind of all put together, where 45% of our rules are the same, and the other 55, you get to do whatever you want per state, like fireworks.
I know, right? How is Florida? Yep. How is it legal some places and then like felonies in a state or two over? But
yeah, you can't have fireworks in New York; they're illegal in New York.
Yeah. Well, technically, we fill a little waiver that say that we're having a wedding, scaring live animals, whatever it is. The checkpoint of the 5 things they classify you using them for. Yeah. Bitcoin Jake says, oh, I should check some of my old foreign accounts. And Josh says, you can't catch them all. Why the government got to be dumb? It's like the EU copyright law. And RJ says, New York is a great place to visit, but not a great place to live if you're in crypto. No, it's virtually on lockdown. Like, that's why it's all like, well, I mean, if the Winkles, more power to you, man, because seriously, like, you're the unicorn in this equation, because they more and more rules and more laws and more crap.
It's just that it goes to show what we don't want, right? Because that's what everyone's afraid of. Everyone's afraid of, like, the E20, like the governments, when they all get together here coming up. I think it's in May.
Oh yeah.
When they all get the G20.
Yeah, G20.
When they all get together.
It's not like the United Nations, but it's like that.
Come up with something like this and start, you know what I mean, working together to be able to try to restrict cryptocurrency.
Unanimously
Even though a lot of them are
implementing.
saying that they want a hands-off approach.
But then we have so many that are on the, like, I don't know, the line. Like, they just need a nudge one way or the other by a bigger country to be all like, you're for it, you're against it.
All right. I'm sure that we're getting close. You guys, if there's anything if there's anything you want to talk about, please go ahead, put it in the comments. Tell us what you got going on. Tell us what you're thinking. We're going to go ahead and start wrapping up the end of this show, though. But of course, we'll never cut this short if there's anything you want to talk about, because that's the main point in all of this, is that Bitcoin did a lot for me and Samantha in our lives, and we want to turn around and give back to Bitcoin. So we wanted to provide a free help desk service. But without knowing who's on the other end, why are you going to trust somebody to ask them about cryptocurrency? And I don't want your private keys, but how to store private keys, where you should put your cryptocurrency, things like that, like hardware wallet information. So we came up with a YouTube, right? You can see who my face is. I tell you my name every single episode. You know what my ideals are on Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. So it makes you feel a little better. And I'm not charging no 0.1 Bitcoin or 0.01 Bitcoin. Yeah, I'm just trying to give back to the community, right? And I'm trying to reach out a little bit, have the community help me out here by passing out Bitcoin flyers. I'm trying to take it to the next level and stay in motion, put my feet to the ground and get out there, shake some hands, tell people about the revolution, and put a tool that'll help them get started with Bitcoin in their hand by the QR code that's embedded in the image. So if there's anything you guys can donate to help make the cause come along, please, donational addresses, the Tally Fund, lightning tips via Twitter, the PayPal, the Super Chats, all of that stuff. Every little bit goes to the Tally Fund. I am open and transparent about all finances here on the channel, because none of this goes in our pocket. This is a not-for-profit organization. We are here spreading Bitcoin awareness, and everything that happens here at Bitcoin and Coffee is about the betterment of Bitcoin.
Any ideas on the show? Any ideas on the flyer? Any ideas on if we're should get shirts or not that say Bitcoin and Coffee? Any ideas at all?
You want to come on the show and tell us why you got into crypto, what you got going on in crypto, any of that kind of stuff. If you got a product you want to talk about, just make sure you give me a couple minutes talking about solely Bitcoin, and we can talk about whatever you want on the episode. So hit me up, you guys. Is there anything going on in the chat?
Nope, we are good.
All right, you guys. All the tools, links, and affiliation codes and all that good stuff, donational addresses, Tally funds, stuff to get you started on all of my different social media, coming over, following me, giving me the upvote, the link, the heart, all of that good stuff. Really helps out the channel, especially when we see the next bull run. Besides all of that, I will see you guys tomorrow for a brunch episode, but it might be at a different time. So hit that notification bell, share out this video, pound that like button, and remember, you guys, keep your BTC safe.
Bye, guys.